All right, we on.
All right, hey, Shalom, Makyam. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise to Yahawah, baha, Yahawashi. Double honor to the apostles, elders, a great millstone for teaching us this truth. Much love, honor, respect to all the Akim out there, pushes knowledge and sincerity and truth. So bring up the map, please, because we will defend our heritage, the Hebrew Israelite charter, right? Right. So we the Hebrew Israelites, which consists. Got the chart. All right, we're gonna bring up the chart. We're gonna go into, as you can see, the title is Antiquities of Mexico and the Northern Kingdom, because the Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians are people of the tribes of Israel, man. Turn that down, man. All right, so there you got the tribes right there, man. So the Israelites are the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. All right, so that's your biblical heritage, man. So you have a lot of naysayers out there talking about, oh, the tribal chart is wrong, like vocab, no class Malone, you want to learn, you're a demon. Yeah. So, hey, man, we're going to prove these things, man, according to the scriptures, and we got books. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahawashi, we're going to prove this without a shadow of a doubt, man, tonight. So only the elect is going to receive this, okay? Yeah. So bring it back, brother. So without further ado, man, if somebody give me the first scripture I'll call for.
It's 1 Kings 11:1.
So we're gonna start off with the history of us, because when we showed that on the chart right there, that's how we used to be under King David and King Solomon. So King Solomon was the so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. Okay. So afterward, you know, according to prophecy, he started going off, and the tribes got split under his command. All right. Accordingly, so he's gonna get into the prophecies first. Okay. Go ahead, brother.
It's 1 Kings 11:1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites.
Yeah, so the Moabites are Chinese today, the Ammonites are the Japanese today. And who else you mentioned, brother? Edomites are the so-called white woman. So yeah, you can mess with the heathen nations, but you can't allow them to take you from your power, man. Yeah. Right? Go ahead.
Zidonians.
Those are Hamites. Okay, go ahead.
And Hittites.
Those are African women. Okay, go ahead, brother.
It says, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye should not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after gods. Solomon clave unto these in love.
Yeah, he fell in love. So you're not supposed to fall in love with the other nation women.
Yeah.
That's what the Most High is talking about. Okay, go ahead.
Quick read.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
It's Nehemiah 13:26. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things? Yet among many nations was there no king like him, who was beloved of his power. And the power made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish woman cause to sin.
Right. Even him did outlandish thing, and women cause him to sin. All right. So that's a whole nother topic. Hey, brothers, the volume good? Yeah, volume good. Go ahead, brother.
It says, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart.
So his wives turned away his heart, man. You see that? And it's going to tell you what he started to do. Go ahead.
For it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his power, as was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites.
Amorites.
Ammonites,
brother.
No,
Ammonites.
It says it's Amorite. Well,
Ammonites.
The hell? It's all good. All right, well, hey. It's still heathen God. All right, read it again. Because that don't make sense, because the Zidonians is an African nation.
The Amorites is Hamites.
Yeah.
So ours must be a misprint.
Whatever. It's all good. So it's
that's fucking sick. Hey, but we just figured something out new.
Yeah,
that's right. It says, For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, after Milcom, which was represent Molech,
Yeah.
the abomination of the Ammonites.
Go ahead.
It says, and Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord, as did David his father.
Right. Go ahead.
Then did Solomon build a high place for Chemosh,
Yeah. Chemosh.
the abomination of Moab.
So that's the Chinese. So all the different gods he started worshiping is because of his women. Because he was a wealthy man, so he had nothing but time, and he started going off, man. Go ahead.
It says, then did Solomon build a high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon.
Ammon are the Japanese. So he had Japanese women and Chinese women. All right.
And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrificed unto their gods.
So he had 700 wives. Those wives are Israelite women, and 300 concubines. So those 300 concubines, he built all those women, their temples to worship their gods.
Yeah.
So that's a very terrible thing in the eyes of the Heavenly Father. Okay, go ahead.
It says, and the Lord was angry with Solomon, because his heart was turned from the Lord, from Yahawashi of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice.
Which had appeared unto him twice, brothers. All right, the big man himself, Yahawah, the supreme Yahawah, man.
Yeah.
Think about that. Okay, go ahead.
And had commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods, but he kept not that which the Lord commanded. Wherefore the Lord said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes.
So note this, brothers and sisters out there, this was supposed to happen. This is all fulfillment of prophecy, okay? Go ahead.
Which I have commanded thee. I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and I will give it to thy servant.
So that servant is Jeroboam. So rending the kingdom from him is dealing with all the 12 tribes. As you can see on the tribal chart, back then we were all together as one nation, a powerful nation at that. Okay. And the servant, and he's talking about Jeroboam, who was from the tribe of Ephraim. We're gonna bring that out, through the reading. Go ahead.
Notwithstanding, in thy days I will not do it for David thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of the hand of thy son.
Right. So during his time, he got to serve out his time without the kingdom being split. But his son after him, Rehoboam, that's when the kingdom began to split. So when it goes back to his father's sins. Okay, go ahead, brother. So this whole Latinos and so-called warring with the Negroes this is ancient beef, man. Ancient beef, man. You know what I'm saying, right? All right, that's the spirit. But hey, the Lord bringing us back, man. Them times, the war with, I would say, the civil war, the tribal wars is almost over, brother.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Good demonstration of it now.
Right. You understand? So hey, this represents the kingdom of heaven right here, man.
Coming back together as one fold.
Exactly. One stick. Yep.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
Verse 13. Howbeit I will not rend away the kingdom, but I will give one tribe to thy son for David my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen.
Go ahead.
It says, and the Lord stirred up an adversary unto Solomon.
Oh, that's it on that. That's it. Salak.
26.
Yeah, give me 26 and 35. We're gonna get straight to the points, man. Go ahead.
First Kings 11 and 26. And Jeroboam the son of Nebat, and Ephraite of Zereda, Solomon's servant.
So that's the servant that it was talking about, going back to verse 11. All right. Go ahead.
Whose mother's name was Zariah, a widow woman.
So this brother right here, Jeroboam, is from the tribe of Ephraim. All right, he's what you call a Puerto Rican today. Because over the northern kingdom, there's two kingdoms. The southern kingdom, the Judah, Benjamin, Levi. Northern kingdom is the Puerto Ricans, all the way down to the Mexicans, similar Indians, Native Americans, and the Mayans, the Incan, the Aztecs, Central America, South America, right? So you represent the northern kingdom, okay? So the Puerto Ricans are the head of the Northern Kingdom. So that's why Mexicans and Puerto Ricans don't like each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tribal wars, man. Go ahead.
Whose mother's name was Zeruiah, a widow woman. Even he lifted up his hand against the king.
So once you start going against the Most High, if you would have read down, the Heavenly Father start raising up enemies against you, man.
Yeah.
So that's what happened when King Solomon started going off. It started off with this one Edomite guy right here, the brother about to read. But we're gonna get to the important parts, and it went down to his servant, Jeroboam, man. Okay.
And this was the cause that he lifted up his hand against the king. Solomon built Millo and repaired the breaches of the city of David, his father. And the man Jeroboam was a mighty man of valor. And Solomon, seeing the young man that he was industrious, he made him ruler over all the charge of the house of Joseph. And it came to pass at that time, when Jeroboam went out of Jerusalem, that the prophet Ahijah, the Shilonite, found him in the way. And he had clad himself with a new garment, and they two were alone in the field. And Ahijah cut the new garment that was on him and rent it into 12 pieces.
So yeah, man. So Ahijah the prophet, because the Most High will do nothing but reveal the secrets of the service of the prophets. So he had a garment like this, and started ripping up into 12 pieces, representation of the 12 tribes of Israel, like the chart the brother just showed in the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was spiritual within itself. Okay, go ahead.
And he said to Jeroboam, take thee 10 pieces, for thus said the Lord, the power of Israel, behold, I will rend the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon, and will give 10 tribes to thee.
So the 10 tribes right there represent the northern kingdom. Pull back up the chart real quick, Baba, can show. That's what I represent, man. All right. So it break down the southern kingdom. So go ahead, brother.
All right, Judah is the Negroes, Benjamin, West Indians, Levi, Haitians. That's
Right.
the southern kingdom.
Right.
And then northern kingdom, you got Simeon, which are the Dominicans, Zebulon, which is the Central Americans, Ephraim, the Puerto Ricans, Manasseh, the Cubans, Gad, the North American Indians, Reuben, the Seminole Indians, Naphtali, the Argentinians to Chile, Asher from Colombia to Uruguay, Issachar, the so-called Mexicans.
So that brother Jeroboam is put the mouse on Ephraim. He's from the tribe of Ephraim. That's the head of the northern kingdom right there. Okay. So from Simeon on down represents the 10 tribes.
Right.
Okay. Because during the time of Jeroboam, it was only 2 tribes he had was his tribe, Judah, and Benjamin.
Yep.
Levi was the priesthood. They were living in the suburbs, man.
Right.
And even they got casted out too. You got to go to the history.
He put Gad in as the new priest.
Right. You know?
Yeah,
But it's all about prophecy being fulfilled, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I got the perfect dude for perfect prophecy.
Yeah, right, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says, and he said to Jeroboam, take thee 10 pieces, for thus saith the Lord, the power of Israel, and behold, I will rend the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon, and will give 10 tribes to thee. But he shall have 1 tribe for my servant David's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, the city which I have chosen out of all the tribes of Israel.
Right. So why I said 1 tribe? Because the southern kingdom was known as the kingdom of Judah.
Yeah, I got pre too.
Go ahead, brother.
This is 1 Kings 12 and 20. And it came to pass when all Israel heard that Jerome.
Nah, bro. Nah, that's on the list.
Okay.
Sacred precept, bro.
Okay.
You got to get through this.
Okay.
It says,
Brother said Jerome, man. You watch too much Martin, brother. Hey, it's lucky, man. It's lucky. Go ahead, brother.
it says, because that they have forsaken me and have worshipped Ashereth, the goddess of the Zidonians, Chemosh, the god of the Moabites,
Yeah.
and Milcom, the god of the children of Ammon. Yep. And have not walked in my ways to do that which is right in mine eyes, and to keep my statutes and my judgments, as did David his father. Howbeit, I will not take the whole kingdom out of his hand, But I will make him prince all the days of his life for David, my servant's sake, whom I have chose, because he have kept my commandments and my statutes. But I will take the kingdom out of his son's hand and will give it unto thee, even 10 tribes.
Right. There it is, man. Go to Salaki 36.
And unto his son will I give one tribe, that David my servant may have a light always before me in Jerusalem, the city which I have chosen me to put my name there.
Right. So that light, that's the mercies of David, man. So we under the mercies of David and the mercy and the blood of Yahawashi, man. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, right. That's a show right there. Yeah. So what else I call for after that? First Kings chapter 12. First Kings chapter 12. So we, briefly go through the history, man. So that's how it started. That's how the beginning of the northern, the northern kingdom split. The split happened. Okay. So at this time frame, we were living in our land over there in Israel. All right. Yeah. So go ahead, brother. No. And we were the superpower in that time. No other nations could mess with us, man. Yeah. And during the time of King Solomon, that was the time of peace. Because his father, during the time of King David, was a time of war. And we put everybody to flight through the spirit of probably Yahawashi with our King David, man.
Yeah, right.
All right, man. Go ahead, brother.
Chapter 12, right?
Yes, sir.
First Kings chapter 12, verse 1.
Stop at verse 21, please.
And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel were to come to Shechem to make Shechem to make him king.
So Rehoboam is King Solomon's son. So when King Solomon died, and his son, came up to be the king over Israel. Okay, go ahead.
And it came to pass when Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who was in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of the king Solomon, and Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt, that they sent and called him, and Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, Thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father, and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter, and we will serve thee.
Right. So during the time before King Solomon passed away, started putting hell on the northern kingdom. Heavy labor and all that stuff. So the spirit hopped on Jeroboam to talk to his son, like, hey man, since when your father did this unto us, man, make our servitude a little bit lighter, and we, it's all good. But look what's going to happen. Go ahead.
And he said unto them, Depart yet for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed. And the king Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father, while he yet lived, and said, How do you advise that I may answer this people? And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and will serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever.
And that's what's going on right now. We got northern brothers coming in, man. Tribes coming in. We treat brothers good, man. We ain't treat them like shit. This shit gonna happen again, man. I was joking, man. You gotta show love to the brothers, man. Mad love, man. That's right? Go ahead, brother.
But he forsook the counsel of the old men, which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, which stood before him.
And what the hell do they know?
Nothing.
They don't know nothing. That's why you got to take heat unto your elders.
Right.
Because they've been around, man. They've been around when your father was there, when your granddaddy was there.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't listen to your parents. The hell they know?
Young, inexperienced.
Yeah.
Niggas.
Young punks. That's what we dealing with today.
Yeah.
That scoff is but a bunch of young punks. Good.
And he said unto them, What counsel give ye that we may answer this people who have spoken to me, saying, Make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter? And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, Thus shalt thou speak unto this people that spake unto thee, saying, Thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, says, my little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins.
Man.
And now we're
That's right. That's an idiom.
That's it.
That's an idiom representing that he gonna go harder than what King Solomon put on you.
Yup.
You sound funny though.
it says, and now whereas my father did laid you with the heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father had chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions.
Woo, that's messed up. So that's where the split started to go. That's when things started to go wrong. And this happened in 930 BC. If you got a Bible atlas, it breaks it down for you. So this where the split happened, man. This is where it started. Okay, go ahead.
So Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam the third day, as the king had appointed, saying, "Come to me again the third day." And the king answered to the people roughly, and forsook the old men's counsel that they gave him, and spake to them after the counsel of the young men, saying, "My father made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My father also chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions." Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was from Yahawah, that he might perform his saying.
Right. So that was through the spirit. Yeah, it's prophecy. Yeah. Prophecy must be fulfilled, man.
Right.
You see that? Go ahead.
Since which Yahawah spake to Ahijah, the
Shilonite,
and Jeroboam the son of the Nebat. It says, so when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, "What portion have we in David? Neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. To your tents, O Israel, now see to thine own house." It says David. So Israel departed unto their tents. But as for the children of Israel, which dwelt in the cities of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them. It says, then the king Rehoboam sent Adoram, who was over the tribute, and all Israel stoned him with stones that he died.
So he tried to come in there, but no, the king was that. They were like, "Get your ass out of here, man!" Hit him there with bricks. You see? That makes sense, man. You motherfucker. So that's where the beef really started, right there, man. Go ahead.
It says, and all Israel stoned him with stones that he died. Therefore, King Rehoboam made speed to get him up to his chariot to flee to Jerusalem. So Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day.
Unto this day, man.
Yeah.
So that's how the split happened. That's why it's war between the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, even unto this day. Not between the brotherhood, but outside of this, man. There's always a conflict between the Negroes and the Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, and the Haitians. Unto this day, man. This is your history, man. Anybody, and brothers, you brothers have. We not from no punk ass cities, man. Got brothers in here that grew up in LA, East LA, up in here. I'm from New York, Brooklyn, and all that. We experienced all that, man. So we talking from experience, man. Especially out here in California, you know what I'm saying? When that whole gangbanging thing was real big. Yeah. Judah was going against Issachar heavy, man. Killing each other, man.
They went from throwing cold stones to hot rocks and shit, man.
Bullets, right?
Bullets,
Bullets. You see?
Damn, because this goes back to this prophecy. Deuteronomy 28:54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Okay, but that's prophecy too.
That one goes
it goes perfect, yep. And that's prophecy. And what is the apostle named this year?
The year of prophecy, man.
And Lord will, the year of prophecy, this year of prophecy, Judah and Issachar come back strong together, man. And,
we are here in the West. We are here in the West. So we deal with
Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom.
That's right. So we deal with the regional thing because we are here in the West, California. So we got Issachar and Zebulon majority out here. So we talking to y'all, so-called Central Americans and Mexicans, man.
Right.
This is your nationality. We're the same people.
That's right.
And we breaking down the history to you, man. In the Santa Biblia.
Right? Say something, man. That hatred is so crucial. I was at a job on Thursday, And there was a nigga, man, just black as hell. But you know, I didn't know at first, but he was a Puerto Rican. And then he was listening. He was hearing out this Mexican dude listen to some of that new age rap music. And that dude was like, man, you listen to those fucking mayates? He's a black ass nigga, man, like black as hell. You know, he looks like anybody would think he's just a regular so-called African American, man.
Yeah.
You know, but he was like, man, you listen to the mayates, man? He was talking to a Mexican. I don't know how you listen to the mayates, man.
But you know what? Is Northern Kingdom dudes that look as more darker than me?
Yeah.
That's more.
That's what I'm saying. He was dark as hell, but he was a Northern Kingdom.
That's what
He was
saying, bro.
He was Hispanic, and he hated niggas. Talking about you listen to them mayates, but he's a fucking mayate.
Yeah, bro. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand that. The prophecy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't understand that, but I'm saying like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like
he's bugged out, bro.
As dark as us,
Dark as
but
hell.
yet calling us mayate.
Bro, that's a demon, bro. That's a demon.
That's the curse.
That's the curse.
Yeah.
You got to laugh at him like, damn, man, you fucked up, bro.
That's all I can think.
Good luck, bro. You're gonna wake up in the king like, what the hell was that? What the fuck?
Like that skit of Dave Chappelle.
That's
Black Power.
White power, yeah. David Bixby ass mother effers out here.
That go back to Esau. Divide and conquer.
Right.
He find out they did that in the Willie Lynch. Find out all the little differences and cause division. Man.
Yeah, so Kyle, let's finish that off.
God, so it's back in 19. It says, so Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day.
So the house of David will be considered Judah, Benjamin, Levi. Okay, go ahead.
And it came to pass when all Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again, and they sent and called him unto the congregation and made him king over all Israel. And there was none that followed the house of David, but the tribe of Judah only.
Go ahead.
It says, and when Jeroboam was
Rehoboam.
Oh, it's a lot, my bad. Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem. He assembled all the house of Judah with the tribe of Benjamin and 180,000 chosen men, which were warriors, to fight against the house of Israel, to bring the kingdom again to Rehoboam, the son of Solomon.
Right. So, you know, but if you keep reading, you know, that war right there didn't happen, man. But they did went to war with each other.
Yeah.
Okay. This particular fight didn't happen. Moses sent a prophet and calmed it down. Okay. So that's how the split happened right there, man. This happened around 930 BC, or the BC era. So we're gonna jump from there and go to 2 Kings 17.
I got it right here.
Yeah, good. Whoever got it, bring it out.
For verse 1.
So, hey, start at verse 1 and stop at verse 18. So this is where the good stuff come in, man.
So it's 2 Kings 17:1. It says, in the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hoshea the son of Elah to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, but not as the kings of Israel that were before him. Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hoshea became his servant and gave him presents. And the king of Assyria.
All right, so let's break this down. So this is the northern kingdom right here. All right. And they got their asses whooped by the Assyrians, man, because of prophecy.
Yeah.
Because they start worshiping other gods, being very wicked today,
Right.
caught up in all types of idolatry.
Yep.
The scripture say Ephraim is joined onto idols, and it started because of Jeroboam with the golden calf and all that stuff. Okay.
Hey, would it be safe to say this was like 200 years later?
Oh, I don't know the time frame.
It was about 726 BC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
27.
That's correct.
Sorry.
So yeah, you're right, brother. Like, this is too fast forward now, 200 years later. That's right, come on, brother.
Shit was worse.
Yeah, it got worse, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, when it says he gave him presents, it means he was a tributary.
Yep.
So it says, and the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hoshea, for he had sent messengers to the king of Egypt and brought no present to the king of Assyria, as he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years. In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria and placed them in Halah and in Habor by the river of Gozan, and in the cities of the Medes.
Stop right there. Pull up the map, and somebody got to read it again. Well, when we pull up the brother gonna pull up the map. So we're gonna show you in the map where that dispersion of the northern kingdom happened. Okay.
When you gave me, right?
Hold on, brother. Yeah, make the map out. Yeah, there you go. The right way. All right. So the green spots is where you know what I'm saying. They can see it. Okay. So we're gonna show you the map, brothers. You gonna see it on the phone?
Yes, sir.
So I need somebody to read that again. And as they read it, you point with the mouse the different places, okay? That they when they pull the northern kingdom and start placing them in the land of Assyria, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead, read our verse 6 again.
It says, in the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away.
So Samaria is in the Middle East, Israel, our land, okay? And the arrows will tell you they give you that in the thing right here.
Okay.
Or where this right here, it breaks it down where they will put. You see with the arrows, the different colors.
Right.
All right.
So the green arrow represents the deported Israelites. The yellow, foreigners imported to Samaria. The purple looked like Syrian captives brought to Samaria. The red, Shalmaneser V and Sargon II's campaign. And the brown arrows is Hosea's messenger.
Right. So we're gonna deal with the dispersion of the Israelites. So read that, brother.
It says, in the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria.
So point where Assyria is at is right there on the map, brother. So that area, so we got taken out of Israel and went to Assyria, another part in the Middle East.
Right.
All right. Go ahead.
And placed them in Halah.
So point to Halah. Halah should be one of the green spots. The green spots is one of these, bro. Halah is right there, brother. That's Halah. Yeah, the green spots. There it is. So the first dispersion, they went to Halah right there. Okay, go ahead.
And in Habor.
And in Habor, so Habor should be another one. It's another green spot to the right.
Right.
Yeah, that's probably Habor right there.
That's something else.
That's a lot.
Ekbat Tana.
Where's Habor at? Gozan, Halah, Kala, Habor. Where the hell is Habor at? Probably not on here.
This one?
I don't think it shows a lot.
Yeah, they don't show Habor. All right. You say the next one, brother?
And it says it placed them in Habor by the river of Gozan.
So point to Gozan. So that's the second one right there. That's the third one. All right. So that's probably no, that's the media right
It
there.
said by the river of Gozan, so
Yeah.
it must be in this area.
It must be in that area. All right, continue.
It says, and in the cities of the Medes.
So the city of the Medes is right here. So that's the last part right there. So that's where the northern kingdom tribes got scattered, and some of them are still over here unto this day, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
And you Northern Kingdom is dealing with deportation for
Out of my sight. Out of my sight.
Yeah, the Lord was the first one to deport you, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, right. Oh shit, bro. Damn.
Operation Paper. Paper Clip.
Nah, paper clip is dealing with nuclear missiles and stuff. And the scientists.
No, Operation Wetback.
Some push-up. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
You know what, bro? Okay.
What's up, brother?
It's good.
All right. You can bring it back now to us. That was it.
Where you want me to stop, bro?
Well, stop it all. What you reading? 17. Stop at 18. Go ahead.
Okay. It says, so
we showed you, brothers, on the map where our Northern Kingdom brothers got scattered during that time, okay? And that was around
727 BC.
727.
Because they left in 722 BC.
Right. Okay, so it's like around 727 BC.
720s.
It takes a year and a half. We're gonna go into it.
Yeah. We're gonna break it down. Go ahead, brother.
it says, for so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against Yahawah, their power, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and had feared other gods,
So that's why you Latinos are into all the different idolatry and different gods and all that. But start off with Jeroboam, crazy ass. He's worshiping golden calves and all that stuff. You got to read this on your own. We should try to give you. We here to defend our heritage, man. That's right. All right. It's not a game. We believe, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, and walked in the statutes of the heathen, whom Yahawah cast out from before the children of Israel and of the kings of Israel, which they had made. And the children of Israel did secretly those things which were not right against Yahawah their power, and they built them high places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city. And they set them up images and groves in every high hill and under every green tree. And there they burned incense in all the high places, as did the heathen, whom Yahawah carried away before them, and brought wicked things to provoke Yahawah to anger. For they served idols, whereof the Yahawah has said unto them, ye shall not do this thing.
So, hey, Latinos, you're a bunch of idol worshiping mother effers, man. So this is where it all started. Okay.
Hey, another thing, they're making the idols. So how is it a power, man?
Right.
How are you worshiping something that you made? You know what I'm saying? A power is something that is already there. It's already, you know what I'm saying? You making your power. So how is it?
Solomon 14 right there.
Yeah.
You go all into that.
It tells you if the idol falls on the side, can you pick itself up?
Exactly. Yeah. And Baruch. Is that right? Baruch? Yeah.
Hey, and it's that's the proof through prophecy in the scriptures who is the northern tribes. Because what other nation out of all the nations on this planet do that, man? Still to this day, man, the so-called Latinos make up fucking saints. Like right now, one's making one up. You know, right now, Saint fucking whatever, man. San whatever. You know, Santa Muerte, fucking San Diego, San Francisco, San fucking Fernando, San everybody, man. Fucking San Fulanito and shit, man.
And they made a saint out of that soccer player.
Bro,
yeah.
I was just thinking that.
Oh, man. Can I say something? You brothers watch Narcos on Netflix. They made a saint out of fucking Pablo Escobar. It's right.
Or Mandela.
You can buy this. One of them dudes is a pinata in Vermont.
Yeah. I think it's a Paul Best. That's
my dude, you can buy him as a pinata.
And they have they have the AK-47 as one of the idols because they say that it has the power of life and death.
Yeah.
Hey, silly, man.
They also had this one incident with his family. They lost their son and they put embalming. You know how they do that. And they had him. They put embalming fluid in him.
And they had him in the living room.
Had him in the living room.
I've
And
seen
shit.
that, bro.
Right.
They had him on a road, like if he was like there still.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I'm saying? Some people crazy, man.
I was at their money. That was it. Continue, brother.
13. Yet Yahawah testified against Israel and against Judah by all the prophets and by all the seers, saying,
And then we all those prophets and seers coming back. We testifying against you and we educating your ass. Once again, this is the real education, man.
It's for your own good.
It's for your own good. Go ahead.
it says, turn you from your evil ways and keep my commandments and my statutes according to all the law which I commanded your fathers.
So that's what we telling you again. Turn from your evil ways.
Yeah.
All right. The Lord's about to jack your ass up. He's gonna be weeping and mourning and gnashing of teeth, man. It's not a game, man. Go ahead.
And which I sent to you by my servants, the prophets.
That's Lord willing. That's who we are. I feel confident in it. But we're gonna still say Lord willing. You know. Yeah, we doing the work of a prophet, right? Well, let's keep it humble, man. Keep it humble. Lord willing. All right. But if we are, that's your ass, man. That's your ass, man. So we gonna have the Heavenly Father and His Son Spirit on us, man. And we ain't gonna have no motherfucking mercy. Excuse my language, man.
All right. If I can say, that's why it says the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets, because even in this time, you had the prophets, even though there was that beef, that was still, it's because it said right here, yet the Lord testified against Israel and against Judah by the prophets. So we was right there. in the midst of that beef, like now, still telling them, y'all, man, no, y'all fucking up, man. Y'all ain't supposed to be beefing. Y'all ain't supposed to be doing this. Come back to the Lord. Let's come back together. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all this shit. Fuck these heathens. You know, but hey, that's how you know, man. It was always the elect, the remnant versus the 2/3, man.
Yeah, there's a piece of history that tells you that I believe it was during the time of Jeroboam that a sect of Zebulun and Issachar were still going to Jerusalem secretly to worship. You know, because you have to do it in secret, because if them niggas back in Samaria found out, you're done. You know,
you follow with the Mayates, huh? That's why you brothers you used to catch that out here. Why you with the Mayates, huh?
I remember that. I used to call sellouts. Like, we stand with that nigga.
They used to pass us looking at y'all weird and shit. Like they wanted to fight y'all.
They still do that. They'll come to the camp and they'll be like, "You're following this nigger." And they'll be pointing at me. "You follow this nigger?"
Hey, man. Hey, you guys, you people you don't know how bad you messed up, man. Because the Lord, Yahawah, and himself are dark-skinned men. So what you gonna say when the angels show up? What you gonna say? You ain't gonna say nothing but scream like the real putas you are, man. Y'all don't understand, man. They're gonna twist you up, man. The Russian troops and Chinese troops gonna fuck you up, man.
Yes.
Watch.
I concur with that.
We concur. You pay for that. You're gonna pay for that, man.
They shall be like
Madman spirit, none. And that's the spirit and vengeance of Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi, man. So let's get off topic. Let's get back, man. I'm getting all fired up, man.
14. It says, notwithstanding, they would not hear, but hardened their necks like the neck of their fathers, that they did not believe in Yahawah their power, and they rejected his statutes and his covenant that he made with their fathers, and his testimonies which he testified against them. And they followed vanity and became vain, and went after the heathen.
Even on today, you following vanity and you became vain. The Southern King and the Northern Kingdom, man. You're all in some deep shit. All right. Go ahead, brother.
It says, and they followed vanity and became vain, and went after the heathen that were round about them, concerning whom Yahawah had charged them, that they should not do like them. And they left all the commandments of Yahawah their power, and made them molten images, even 2 calves, and made a grove, and worshipped all the host of heaven, and served Baal. And they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire. Pass through the fire.
Started sacrificing their children. And that thing, you know, we don't bring that out. The Aztecs started doing that, man. The Mayans, man. You know?
Yeah, that's the same thing going on today, because the Aztecs are the so-called Mexicans. And you got the Mexican mafia, which are still doing that to the other small, to Zebulon and to the other Latin nations.
That's a tribal war, man. That's right. Yo, go ahead.
It says, and they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire. It says, and used divination and enchantments.
What was that? Witchcraft. So you Mexicans, brujeria, Santeria, all that. You're heavy into witchcraft.
Curanderos, what's that? Healers, shit like that.
Oh yeah, shamans.
It all started. It's in the scriptures. You got the men of the Lord have to break this down to you, plain and simple. Yeah, I'm a dark-skinned man too. Shit, you think I'm dark? Watch me Yahawashi show. What you gonna say that?
Yeah, right.
Going to jail now.
You going
and used divination and enchantments, and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of Yahawah, to provoke him to anger. Therefore Yahawah was very angry with Israel, and removed them from his sight, and there was none left but the tribe of Judah only. And Judah kept not.
That's it on that. So that time frame. So this is where they left. They left and they came over to the Americas, man. So we're gonna get that. Give me that second Esdras 13.
Man, bro, real quick, if I could get to verse 24.
Oh, okay.
Same chapter.
Go ahead, brother.
It says, and the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon, and from Cutha, and from Ava, and from Hamath, and from Sepharvaim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel, and they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof. You know, so the whole land got given away, and they put these heathens in there. But even going forward into the time of Yahawashi,
Right.
those were those Samaritans, those so-called Ethiopians, man.
Matthew, you got that one?
Matthew.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Matthew
bro.
10 and 5. These 12 Yahawashi sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any cities of the Samaritans, enter you not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Right. Large bulk of the Israelites that were living there, they got deported. You know, generations before that. And then they brought these heathens, and the Shalmaneser imported those heathens in there, and then deported the Israelites out to those nations that we went through.
Pretty much, there were Ethiopians living over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quick, it's gonna finalize it. This is Jeremiah 7 and 15. And I'm gonna cast you out of my sight, as I have cast out all your brethren, even the whole seed of Ephraim.
One more time.
Can I get one?
One more time.
Jeremiah. Jeremiah 7 and 15. And I will cast you out of my sight, as I have cast out all your brethren, even the whole seed of Ephraim.
Damn. Can I get one back?
Yeah, let's go. That's the last one.
Deuteronomy
Sure.
31 and 17. Then my anger shall be kindled against them in that day, and I will forsake them. I will hide my face from them, and they shall be devoured, and many evils and troubles shall befall them, so that they will say in that day, are not these evils come upon us, because our power is not among us? And I will surely hide my face in that day for all the evils which they shall have wrought, and that they are turned unto other gods.
Right. So that happened to us. If you go start with the Greek, well, shit, all our captivities, man.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
The whole night.
You know what I'm saying? But the Heavenly Father started, you know, had his prophets, and we got helped out doing different, you know, that's a whole nother topic, man. But that's dealing with really right now, man. You understand? Yahawah's not dealing with us. It's Yahawashi we got to go through. Right? So let's get back, man.
2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
Right. So we just broke down the history to you in 2 Kings was 17. All right. So the 10 tribes deal with the northern kingdom, you Latinos, similar Indians, and Native Americans. Okay, so-called. Okay. Go ahead.
And he carried them out of the water, so like out over the waters, and so came they into another land.
Right, that's the land of Assyria. Okay, go ahead.
But they took their counsel.
So we showed you that map earlier, you know. Go ahead.
But they took this counsel amongst themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country, where never mankind
country, not land, country.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Where never mankind dwelt, that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river, where the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over.
Stop right there. You got the map up already?
Yeah.
Break that down, Bobby. Sure, brother.
All right. Second.
All right.
Can I read that part again?
Yeah.
That's it.
Can you see the map?
Yeah.
All right. So read it so this brother could, break it down over there.
It says, and they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river.
Which this is the whole outline that you brothers see in the red. That's the Euphrates. You know? Go ahead.
For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood.
Right. So they traveled from the Euphrates River, where the mouse is at. You know, went through, I believe that's let me see, let me confirm what that's the Persian Gulf area.
Yeah, they came through right here.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
The Persian Gulf area, went around, came under the horn of Africa, right, and went down under Africa, and the Lord was holding the basically the violent waters.
Yes.
You know,
All right, appreciate it.
Keep going a little bit, bro.
Come on. It says, till they were passed over, and through the country there was a great way to go.
Right.
Namely, of a year and a half.
Right, because it took 1 year and a half to get from the Middle East area, because they didn't have no engines, man.
Yeah, it was sail.
It was sails and manpower.
Wind power.
Wind power and also they would have the rowboat.
Yeah, rowboats.
They would row and they would have the wind, and they would have to depend basically on wind currents.
Yeah.
So the Lord was controlling that stuff so that we can pass through. So like the brother was reading, we went under where Africa's at, and then they landed around the South American region, man, which that took 1 year and a half to take that trip.
Because why? They had that information because of King Solomon already.
Right. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, get it, man. Get it.
This is
For you unlearned folks out there, okay? I'm not gonna curse at you, okay?
this is 1 Kings 10:22. But the king is Solomon. But the king had at sea a navy of Tarshish with the navy of Hiram. Once in 3 years came the navy of Tarshish.
There's some so-called, some Hamites.
So once in 3 years, so you divide a year and a half plus a year and a half equals to 3 years.
Yeah.
And that's where you get them Olmec heads, man.
Yeah.
That's how the Olmec heads are on this side.
Right.
Because them Hamites were coming. Them Olmec heads look like Hamites, man.
Yeah. It says bringing gold and silver, ivory, and apes and peacocks.
That's it on that. Because that's a whole other topic right there with the apes and all that. So, Jacob would try to use that. That's dealing with New World monkeys, okay?
Gold, they were bringing gold, which on this side of the world, you had places called even El Dorado. You had cities of gold on this side. Yeah, they got a movie on that. And I want to say something too, man, because niggas like to say the whole Northern Kingdom got on the boat. No, man. It was like a remnant of a Northern Kingdom. It wasn't a whole entire, every single last one.
There was a bulk of them, man.
There was a bulk of them, man.
What proved that? During the time of Yahawashi,
Asherite.
you had the Asherite lady.
Yep.
That's there.
That was here.
That was here.
So if you had an Asherite, that means you had Issacharites that's still on that side. Gadites.
Tobias.
Yeah. Because dudes, them dudes that fell out talking about how can the whole Northern Kingdom come on one boat? You're stupid as fuck, man.
Hey, man, the whole Northern Kingdom could come here on a boat. It could just be 10 of us, man. That's the whole Northern Kingdom right there.
One white each.
10 dudes, 10 females. That's the whole, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Nah, brother. I got a lot of info, man. All right, continue, bro.
It says, namely, of a year and a half, and the same region is called Arsareth,
It means unknown land, all right?
The new world.
Yep.
Then dwelt they there until the latter time, and now when they shall
They dwelt there until the latter times, man. To the last days.
Yeah.
Right now.
And it says, we finished the last part. Then dwelt there unto the latter time, and now when they shall begin to come. So the they that shall begin to come is dealing with the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. So-called Negroes. So-called Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians, man. Facts!
Yeah.
So, brothers, let's go, brother. Antiquities of Medical. Let's go. All right. So we got some information through the spirit of Papa Yahawashi and the elders of Great Millstone, because they brought out the information about the Antiquities of Mexico. All right. They'll bring it back to us on the show. So we have to print this out. We have to print this out because these books are hidden away in a PDF file. We got enough information as we can. Can they see it? Yeah. All right, we got enough information that we print this out through the spirit of Paul Yahawashi, my brother here, Dawada, because we got this information from the elders of Great Millstone. If you try to get the actual books, you can't get it. It's the Vatican has a hold on this. Different museums in Europe that the average Negro, Latino, Native American can't get to. So we highlighted some stuff, and we're gonna show it to you, brothers, man. We're gonna read along with it, man. So I gotta get right here with you. All right. Hey, can you sit right over there, bro? Sure, brother.
Slide over, brother. Slide to the
So we make sure this is in order. Scriptures, brother. All right, so you can pull that information up. So we're gonna get to the good stuff now. We gave you all the history. And this is only for the elect. If you can get it, receive it. If you can't, I don't know what to tell you. So no, go find the one. A very remarkable presentation of the 10 plagues. No. We're gonna lead to something else. Something else. Yeah, you pass it. Go back. Yep, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So read that.
Right, so it says a very remarkable representation of the 10 plagues, which got
bring it up so they can they see it on their phone, man? We want to enlarge
it's a little blurry.
Yeah, enlarge that. Yeah, there you go. Can they see it now? Can they see on your phone? How it look? Look good. Can they read it?
Yeah, it's kind of blurry. Just look. It's 144p.
No, I got it.
Let me see.
it's not going to be 144.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all ever see it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. There we go.
All right.
So this is something we highlight out of this book. If this good stuff, man, go pour some tequila in your wine. All right, go ahead, brother.
It says a very remarkable representation of the 10 plagues which the Most High sent on Egypt in order to punish Pharaoh's hardness of heart occurs in the 11th and 12th pages of the Borgian MS. Moses is there painted holding up in his left hand his rod, which became a serpent, with a furious gesture, calling down plagues on the Egyptians. These plagues were frogs, locusts, lice, flies, and I believe that would mean etc.
Yeah.
All which seem to be represented in the pages referred to. But the last and most dreadful were the thick darkness which overspread Egypt for 3 days, and the death of the firstborn of all the Egyptians, the former of which represented by the figure of an eclipse of the sun, and the latter by a Mectantiotol, or the god of the dead. This is descending in the form of a skeleton or a cadaverous body from the rod of Moses.
You see that? Go ahead.
The curious symbol of one serpent swallowing up another occurs likewise in the 19th page of the same MS. It says, it is not extraordinary that the Mexicans
That who?
that the Mexicans
That who?
the Mexicans
Go
who
ahead.
were acquainted with one portion of Exodus that relating to the migration of the children of Israel from Egypt.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Go ahead.
Should also have not been ignorant of another.
Right. So they're telling you that the Latinos were part of that Exodus out of ancient Egypt, man.
Yep.
So that's it on that. So go to 49. And nothing new.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro, because the pyramids that are out here on this side, they have the same mathematical equations that are the pyramids over there in Egypt, man.
Right.
So that shows you the relation that Issachar had the mathematical, but overall Israel had the understanding of math, so they built the pyramids on this side the same way in Egypt.
Right. So this is found in the Antiquities of Mexico. Go ahead, brother.
God, it says, in nothing did the civil policy of the Mexicans more closely resemble that of the Jews.
That of who?
Of the Jews.
Who the real Jews, brothers? All right. The tribe of Judah, man. Ultimately, we are.
Yep.
Not them brat bastards over there, okay? Facts in your face.
Yep.
We didn't write this, man. We just printed it out. Vocab Malone and the rest of you clowns out there. You idiots, you unlearned morons, man. Go ahead, brother.
In nothing did the civil policy of the Mexicans more closely resemble that of the Jews. Civil law. Civil laws. It says, yep. It says, then in their dedicating their children at the temple.
Dedicating their children for what? At the temple for what? For the priesthood, man. Go ahead.
And afterwards sending them there to be instructed by the master.
That's the male child. Go ahead.
Or as we might say, the superior rabbi.
Right.
In the doctrines of their religion and their moral ceremonial laws. It says Christ himself.
That means Yahawashi.
Yep. Said when only 8 years old.
That's off. Give me that when he was 12 years old
Yeah.
and he went to the temple. That's in Luke somewhere.
Yep.
It's not. It wasn't 8. He was 12.
Yeah.
So in order for a male child to get into the priesthood, he had to be 12 years old. So that's off, but we're gonna give you the right account according to the scriptures. Whoever got it, bring it, man.
Luke 2:41. Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover. And when
His parents is there were Mary and Joseph, and they had sex, all right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem.
When he was how old?
12 years old.
How old?
12 years old.
Go ahead.
They went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast.
And they also cussed that Christmas bull that he was born in December 25th. When he was born in the springtime,
his birthday
was around March.
Right.
Or,
his birthday, when he came 12 years old, is in the springtime.
Yeah.
That's what that's talking about. Okay, go ahead.
Yep. After the customs of the feast. I think that was it. And when they had fulfilled the days, as they returned, the child Yahawashi tarried behind in Jerusalem, and Joseph and his mother knew not of it.
So he was in the temple because he reached that age, asking questions, man, trying to become a priest. All right, get back, brother. Let's read that again. Yahawashi.
Yep. Yahawashi himself is said when only 12 years old, saying it right, 12 years old, to have gone to the temple at Jerusalem.
Oh, whoa, that's the scriptures. Go ahead.
And disputed with the rabbis.
You get that real quick. It's further down.
Just keep reading. Yep. This and when they have
it's called the scripture again.
Luke 2:44. But they supposing him to have been in
I think it's a little bit down.
46. Luke 2:46. And it came to pass that after 3 days. No, it's like
take your time, brother. It's all good. It's somewhere in there when he was they found him, but he was having conversation with the doctors and.
Oh yeah, got it. It's 46. Right. Luke 2:46. And it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions.
So he's not dealing with doctors today. It means doctors of the law. Rabbis, man. Okay, go ahead.
Yep, that's right. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us?
Right, that's it on that.
Yep.
So I just want to prove that point. Go ahead, brother.
Right, it says, and disputed with the rabbis, listening to them and asking them questions.
There you go. We just gave you the scripture, okay? Go ahead.
Whence it may be inferred, as they could not have known that he was the Son of the Most High, since general publicity was not given to that circumstance till many years afterwards, that it was customary for the priests and rabbis to teach children who came to the temple by discoursing to them the matters of Jewish faith.
Wow. So who the real Jews we are, man. Right. So get the next slide up.
Which one you got? This one?
Doctrine. The doctrine. Yeah, so that's a continuation of the Jewish faith and doctrine. So we're going to go to doctrine, okay?
All right. So it says doctrine, Jewish faith and doctrine, and that it was also a custom for children perpetually to serve in the temple. We know from the history of Samuel, who waited on Eli, the high priest.
Right. That's another, that goes back to the book of Samuel, man. Go ahead.
Of whom it is said in the 18th verse of the 2nd chapter of the 1st book of Samuel.
Wow. Right there for you, man. Go ahead.
But Samuel ministered before the Lord, being a child, girded with a linen ephod. It says,
go ahead.
Torquemada says,
so which was one of them Spanish scholars, whatever. Go ahead.
Okay, so Torquemada says that the ceremony of the dedicating of their children to the military profession was likewise a religious one, and that their names were registered at the temple by the priests, that when they attained a fit age, they might be compelled to go on military service. Amongst all the Jews, amongst the Jews, all wars, not excepting their civil wars.
Because we fought them on ourselves. We gave you some examples with that. Go ahead.
Bore a religious character. For even in civil war, right must exist on one side. And in the 20th chapter of Deuteronomy, directions are given to the priests to accompany and exhort the soldiers to battle.
Right. Yeah. Through the horns and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sing it. Yep.
Yeah. It says, the interpreter of the collection of Mendoza says that the priests likewise followed the Mexican armies.
Follow who?
The Mexican armies.
Go
It
ahead.
says, not only for the purpose of joining the combatants, but also to perform certain religious ceremonies, in which some analogy is discovered between the customs of the two nations. So frequent.
So the two nations are who? The Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom. Okay.
So frequently is, it says Jehovah, but it's Yahawah. So frequently is Yahawah named in Scripture the God of war.
Give me that.
Lord of hosts.
Yeah, give me that. Somebody give me that. Exodus 15:3.
Yep.
Okay. Are you enlightened yet?
I got it. Nobody ain't got it.
You dig it?
It tells you,
Get it?
it tells you in multiple parts that the Lord fought our battles, man.
Right.
Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
Yahawah is his name. Plain and simple. So these people did their research. Go ahead, brother.
It says, and likened to a warrior going forth to battle, as in the following verse, the Lord is a man of war, Yahawah is his name.
Hey, that's what they did before they went to war.
Yeah, bro. The Mexicans, the tribe of Issachar, baby. What? Fuck out of here, man. Man.
It says that it is evident.
You save that for later, man. Chill out.
It says that it is evident that the Jews believe that such epithets of praise did not profane the majesty of heaven, and that it was magnifying the Most High to ascribe to him courage and invincibility in conflicts with arms of flesh and mortal folk.
Right. Right.
Now,
Next one.
Hey, because we would go to war and sometimes not lose a man.
Right.
A lot of times,
Psalms 144.
during the time of Joshua, when they lost a man, they had to inquire to the Lord, why the hell did we lose a man?
Yeah.
And we were dealing with something fucked up. You know?
It was like invincible out there.
It's fucking Aiken ass, right?
Yeah.
Aiken bitch ass. The next one is to bring to our recollection.
Bring to our recollection.
Yeah, there it is. Blow that up. Roll it up. All right. All right. Let it settle. All right. Go ahead. So we can another page. These are different points, man. You got to download this for yourself. Go ahead, brother.
All right. So it says, Scripture brings to our recollection that passage in the 29th chapter of Acosta's History of America.
So Acosta is another Spaniard scholar, so to speak. Go ahead.
It says, wherein treating of the Mexican Jubilee.
Jubilee. Somebody look up Jubilee real quick. That was part of our custom as well. The year of Jubilee.
Forgiving debts.
Yep.
Year of
Year of release. Just give me a brief oversight on it, man.
Yep.
Read that again.
So it says, Scripture brings to our recollection that passage in the 29th chapter of Acosta's History of America, wherein treating of the Mexican Jubilee, which was celebrated every 52nd year in honor of Tezcatlipoca. He says that the Mexicans, in the midst of the sincerest manifestation of their penitence for their past sins.
I got it.
Good.
This is Leviticus 25:10. And ye shall hallow the 15th year and proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof. It shall be a jubilee unto you, and ye shall return every man unto his possession, and ye shall return every man unto his family.
Right.
A jubilee shall that 15th year be unto you. Ye shall not sow, neither reap that which groweth of itself in it, nor gather the grapes of it in thy vine underdressed. For it is the jubilee, it shall be the holy unto you. Ye shall eat the increase thereof out of the field. This is the year, in the year of this jubilee, you shall return every man unto his possession.
Right. Now, a little brief something.
Holiday.
Yeah, it's a holiday. So you got the X-Men character Jubilee. What the hell she look like? She was not no fucking Edomite looking chick. She looked like she was a Northern Kingdom chick. All right. Right in your face. All right, go ahead.
So the recollection of which was awakened by the sound of the trumpets, which the priest blew towards the four quarters of the world. Humbly deprecated injuries from either darkness or the winds.
All right, that's it on that. So they celebrated Jubilee. So they had them different laws, man.
Yeah, they had the customs.
They had the customs, man. The next one, it says in everything relating to the treatment of their children.
Yeah, when you read, if you would have read verse 9, it tells you that Jubilee took place on the Day of Atonement, which is a forgiveness of sins.
Right. Right.
All right. So it says.
So we jumping ahead now in this book. Go ahead.
It says in everything relating to the treatment of their children, even in their mode of punishing them, the Mexicans resembled the Jews.
Who?
The Jews.
Yep. Go ahead.
As sterility was reckoned by the Jewish women a great misfortune.
Hey, what's going on today? These Latinos love having children. They don't give a fuck. They tell you, yo, you're gonna make a life for me. All right, I'm giving you this pussy. I want some kids. Facts, man. Facts.
Because that's the real means to be barren or not having the capacity to give children.
Right. So that's a no-no, man. We got Israelites in the house. They know. They know. I got an Israelite baby mother, man. Yo, fuck. She told me you're gonna make a life for me. Well, that's personal shit. Go ahead.
And they made vows at the temple to obtain children. That sounds like
Samuel's mother.
Yep. Right. And Samuel's mother. Yep. She made a vow. You know. It says, and they made vows at the temple to obtain children. So the Mexican women considered it a great reproach to be without them.
So that's why you see a lot of Israelite women with a lot of children, man.
Yeah,
that's part of the custom.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, because you have this saying with Mexicans, "Ya hice mi jale," which means I did my work.
Yeah.
And when you say that to a man, when you have a family party or whatever, you tell that to the men around because the men usually hang out with the men. You tell them, "Ya hice mi jale," and that's basically you're announcing that you got your wife pregnant.
Yeah.
You know, I did my job already. Yeah. And then all the Mexican uncles will be like, shit. You know, you got your firstborn coming. You know?
Like in that movie, what was it? What was that movie? He was laughing because.
Apocalypto. He's gonna get his woman pregnant.
Yeah. Right. He was like,
I was the same people, man.
Yeah.
Same thing. Shooting blanks, motherfucker.
So it says, and they offered up prayers to Huitzilopochtli.
That's the Most High.
Right.
They start going off, you know.
Right. That he might vouchsafe to remove that cause of complaint. It says, Torquemada has also observed that in the festivals consequent to the birth of children, the Mexican customs were like those of the Jews. These festivals, omitting further mention of baptismal ceremonies in the rite of circumcision.
In the rite of what?
Circumcision.
So give me that right quick, that law. When child is born, on the 8th day he shall be circumcised. That's what he's talking about. The customs of the Jews, man, the Israelites. Okay.
It says baptismal, which was like basically like dunking them in the water, which represents a cleansing.
Right.
You know.
Somebody got that?
Got it.
All right.
Genesis 17:10.
So speak up, brother.
Genesis 17:10. This is my covenant which you shall keep between me and you and the seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised.
Every man child among you shall be what?
Circumcised.
Go ahead.
And you shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and there shall be a token of the covenant betwixt me and you. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you. Every man child in your generations, he that is born in the house or bought with money, or of any stranger which is not of thy seed.
Right. That's it on that. So therefore what? They were given the laws as well. Yeah. So you Latinos are Israelites, you Mexicans are Israelites, man. That's proof. Go ahead.
That custom was only given to Abraham, passed down to Isaac, passed down to Jacob.
Yep.
You know.
Go ahead.
It says both which it may be presumed on the authority of very eminent writers were in use amongst the Mexicans, took place on naming the infant and afterwards on it being weaned or removed from the breast and were celebrated by invitations of guests to an entertainment.
That's what happened when Yahawashi was born. You got that?
I got a precept.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Acts chapter 7, verse 8. And he gave him the covenant of circumcision. And so Abraham begat Isaac and circumcised him the 8th day. And Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat the 12 patriarchs.
Right.
You know, passing that custom down to the 12.
If I could say something right quick too. If you look at some of the pictures, they got the Native Americans wearing garments with the fringes on them too.
Yeah. Should be on the same page. Go back. All right, hold on. We gotta find something else, man. All this and everything. Before now.
Yeah, anything? Vitamin K?
Go back.
Vitamin K.
Yeah.
Vitamin K.
Oh, okay. Keeps it tough from bleeding out.
And when the child is born in the hospital, he's so
My first born.
Hold on, brothers. Go back.
No. So, maybe. But I got that.
Okay, there you go. Here it is. All right, go ahead.
All right, so it says, the education of children commenced among the Mexicans, as with the Jews, at an exceedingly early age.
Keep in mind, we are the real Jews, not them people over here in Israel, okay? That's right. Right?
At the first thing which they taught them was to honor the gods.
Which is Yahawah, the Alahayim, okay? Powers. The powers, okay?
It says, on which customs Torquemada remarking says, I likewise wish it to be noticed that the devil commanded amongst his vain Indian people that the first thing a father bid his children do should be to love and honor their gods.
So that's part of their commandment, man.
That's the first
That's
commandment.
the first commandment. So that's what it's saying. They put devil in there and all that. No. We were given the commandments, all right? So go to
them scholars didn't understand everything.
Yeah. Right. So the next one is the Mexicans will appear closely to have imitated.
That was mixed up.
Yeah. That's the priesthood. The underlying part of the priesthood.
Is it a quick one or?
Hold on for a second, Michael. Go ahead. There it is. All right, go ahead now.
All right, so it says, the Mexicans would appear closely to have imitated the example of the Jews, and the same may be said for the Peruvians.
So what tribe is the Peruvian from, brothers? Who?
Asher.
From who, brothers?
Asher.
Plain and simple, right? So you're dealing with Central America, and now you're dealing with South America.
Yeah.
Shut your ass up, man. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, and it is dealing with Central America because the Aztecs were like the regional power of that whole area all the way down, man, to Central America.
All right.
So it says the Mexicans would appear closely to have imitated the example of the Jews, and the same may be said of the Peruvians. This passage is also interesting from the mention which it makes of the churches or temples. It says parishes, in particular images like those of patron saints.
Patron saints.
Mm-hmm.
Patron saints, ball saints.
Yep.
So Esau got all that in his museums.
Yep.
So yeah, we drink Patron over here. Go ahead.
Which existed in Mexico in the time of Montezuma. And the description which it gives of the greater temple, from the last sentence, we may infer that their parents consecrated them at the temple as Nazarites.
As who?
Nazarites.
Nazarites. So as an Israelite, you had a Nazarite vow as well that was given up to Samson, and Yahawashi was named he was born in the land of
Nazareth.
They call him a Nazarene. They call him a Nazarene. All right.
John. Yeah. It makes sense why they would let their hair grow too, man.
Right.
Like that.
You see?
And they were braided.
Right.
Braid their hair too. So it says, consecrated them at the temples as Nazarites to Huitzilopochtli. the marshal and tutelary god of the Mexicans, who was represented under the figure of a man seated upon an azure globe.
A what?
An azure globe.
A what?
An azure
Give me that in
globe.
fucking Isaiah, man. The Most High, you sit upon the circle on the earth. You fucking assholes, man.
Hey man, when have you ever heard the pastor say any of this, man? You ain't
Never
ever
say
say your pastor's going to this, man.
Never,
man.
Never, man.
Times
You mean to tell me?
planet.
You mean to tell me that the Latinos, Native Americans, they travel on a flat earth? Shut your ass up, man. You knew it was a globe.
You knew it.
Just to type in your phone, circle the earth.
I got one, bro.
Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 8, verse 27. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth. But when you go into the Hebrew word for compass, it's chawad, which means circle, globe.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here, man.
I got the Isaiah. Isaiah 40 and 22. And it is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth. The circle of the earth. Circle of the earth.
When you read that same scripture in Spanish, it don't say circle. It says
globe.
It says globe. It says globe.
Globe. And when you look it up in the blue letter, it says
spear.
Spear.
Hey, look at that, man.
And so, anyway, bro, the Aztecs had high knowledge, way higher knowledge of the stars and anything that you niggas know about that believe in the flat earth, way on a higher level than you dumb niggas, man. And they knew it was a globe. You know?
Even the Aztec calendar is what? A circle.
It's a circle.
Everything a circle represents perfection. Anything flat is whack. You don't want to switch with a flat ass.
Flat ass.
You don't want
SpongeBob.
flat tires.
I got a quick free. Quick free. It was on Solomon 7 and 17. Where he had given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made, the operation of elements, the beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the alterations of the turning of the sun, and the change of seasons.
So the alteration of turn the sun has to go through its course around the earth, man. And the earth has to move as well. Because there's in space, it's what they call an international date line today. Half the part of the outer space is always dark. Another part it has an illumination. So the earth moves between that, man. So when the sun moves in its course on one side, it's daytime, and it moves another side of the planet. That's why in Japan right now it's daytime, and there's a day ahead. You ignorant fucks. Anyway, that's it, man. Chill, brother. Let's get back, brother. Let's get back. We prove our point, man.
We got the clip, man.
We got the fucking.
So it says, scattering forth arrows from his right hand, to whom or to Tetzatipoca, Herrera must allude in the following passage of the 15th chapter of the second book of his third decade. The Mexicans, notwithstanding, confessed a supreme God, the supreme Yahawah, the Most High. It says, the Lord and framer of the universe.
The brother just said it. You just read that precept.
Yep.
What tribe you from, brother?
It's a car.
Damn right. What the word Mexican mean, brother? Anointed. He's anointed. Mashiach. What the hell you pointing at him? Because he wanted to bring it up.
And he was the principal object whom they adored, looking up to heaven and calling him the creator of heaven and earth and the wonderful, with other epithets of great excellence.
Where it says the Jews.
El Supremo Moreno.
There it is.
All right. So it says, the Jews were likewise accustomed to strew the temple with branches of trees, and to keep the courts and pavement of it swept perfectly clean. And women seem sometimes to have occupied themselves in this manner out of a deep sense of devotion to Yahawah and in performance of particular vows.
Hey, that goes back to, you know, though when we had a priesthood, we kept the temples very clean, man. Sanctified. I go over what it says an interpreter. Yeah. Here it is.
So it says the interpreter of paintings contained in the larger Vatican.
Yeah, so all the paintings and all that is in the Vatican, man. All right. Go ahead.
It says the interpreter of the paintings contained in the larger Vatican, MS, says that light was obliged to be always kept burning in the Mexican temples, and instancing this and other traits of resemblance between the Mexicans and Jews. He shortly afterward adds from
all these circumstances.
As from all these circumstances,
blow it up, all right?
The fact that is plain and probable that this nation, that this nation descends from the Jews.
What more you want? Go ahead.
Since all the ceremonies of this chapter are, as it were, according to the text of Leviticus.
The text of what?
Leviticus.
We're going to defend the 12-tribe chart up in here.
Right.
All praise Yahawashi, Yahawashi. Double house to the apostles and elders, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Such as the people should not touch the holy things. And again, as in Exodus, that light should be always in the temple, and incense and the trumpets and the sacred vestments. How strict was the injunction against the Jewish laity being allowed to touch the holy things, and what dreadful vengeance they might expect in case of disobedience to this command. You know, like that example when
Aaron's sons?
No, I was gonna say when that Jake had caught the what's it called?
Which one?
Man, the name of it. The priest used to carry it to war. The Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
You know, when he had caught the Ark, he got put to death.
Yeah, Uzzah.
Uzzah. You know, so there was a judgment for touching a sacred thing. It goes back.
Also, dealing with the sons of Aaron, Eleazar was the one that survived, but his first two sons got put to death because they didn't follow the order.
No, that was Eli. You talking about Eli?
No, I'm talking about
Aaron's Slack.
Aaron's first two
Oh, yeah, Slack. You're right, brother. Slack.
The Lord put their ass to death because they didn't follow the order on how to deal within the priesthood.
Exactly. That's right. So it says, how strict was the injunction against the Jewish laity being allowed to touch the holy things, and what dreadful vengeance they might expect in case of disobedience to this command, may be inferred from the following accounts of David's bringing up the ark from Kirjath-Jearim, which is contained in the 13th chapter of the first book of Chronicles, wherein it is said that Uzzah, the spirit,
here it is.
Yep, notwithstanding the apparently religious necessity for the act, was struck dead by the Most High for putting forth his hand to prevent the ark from falling on the ground.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, that's just for because he didn't have faith that they had. Hey, you think that the Heavenly Father gonna let the ark just fall on inside like that?
Fulfillment of prophecy.
You know what I'm saying?
Fulfillment of prophecy, man. You know,
he got struck dead right there. Just
those things are written for our learning.
Yeah,
that's all that was.
He probably had good intentions, you know. It's kind of like when you drop something on your hand.
Oh shit! He didn't have good intentions.
That's all he had, bro. He did it. He didn't do it.
He had dress code.
Yeah,
be able to handle all that.
Exactly. Only the Levites are supposed to do that. Yeah. The Levites had a strict code. It was so whenever you set up in the wilderness, only the Levites were the only ones were supposed to go into the tabernacle. If any other, hold on, brother, if any other tribe got even try to go in there, the Levite had the right to kill your ass.
Yeah.
That's in the book of Numbers.
That's right.
So that's how serious that was.
Yeah.
You understand? Because that priesthood was deadly serious, man.
Yeah.
It was a whole other level, man.
And it was so much power that was flowing through that, man. You got to think that the whole, it was all gold, and gold is a conductor of electricity, man. So the Heavenly Father was dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? The power that was in that, man, was like crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? You touch that, you getting fried, dyed, laced, and fried. You know what I'm saying? That's real,
So it says, the use of the trumpets in the Mexican temples was for the priests to blow in honor of the deity, and likewise to summon the people to religious worship, and to sound them in a shrill tone on certain festivals of penance and mortification, thereby to excite in the hearts of the people a keener recollection and sense of sorrow for the sins.
Right. The next one, they go to the priesthood now. That's the one that's hot, underlined. Boom. So it said the priesthood. So the tribe of Issachar had their own priesthood, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. So it says it is almost.
So somebody tell me it was 9:30. So that would be 2 hours. What time did we start?
Like 39, about 40.
Yeah. So we stop at 9:40. Hey, brothers, this is gonna be a continuation series. So we'll look out for part 2. All right. Go ahead.
It is almost superfluous to remark that the tribe of Levi,
or the Haitians, go ahead,
amongst the Jews, constituted the sacerdotal order, and that the priests in contradistinction to the other Levites were the immediate descendants of Aaron, who discharged the higher functions of the priesthood. Their occupations were very various. Some ministered at the altar and presided at sacrifices. Some were musicians, and some perhaps counted.
Lauren Hill. That's why she was so she called it talented. Lauren Hill, Wyclef Pras.
Yeah,
they're Levites. Different tribe of Levi, man, Haitians.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Some were musicians, and some perhaps counted the hours of the night by the stars. Since the first watch and the second watch are expressions which occur in the New Testament, and the night appears to have been divided by the Jews into 4 watches of 3 hours each, beginning at sunset and ending at sunrise. David ordained that the priests and Levites should send in courses or in rotation in certain appointed numbers. And the Mexican priests are said not to have fasted altogether, but to have fasted in rotation until the entire number of the priests had fasted, in which may be traced some shadow of the forms prescribed by the Jewish ritual. It says, amongst the Mexicans, likewise, the high priesthood or the office of Topilsin.
That's what they call it, priesthood. Go ahead.
That is to say, of the great high priest who presided over public sacrifices.
So, hey, the Levites did sacrifices as well with the animals. This is dealing with the animals right here. They ain't really went totally left field yet. Go ahead.
Was hereditary in a certain family, as we learn from the we're gonna.
Oh, you're supposed to keep going on that. Supposed to go down.
It cuts off.
Cuts off?
Yeah.
So it goes to another part of that.
From the, what's the next word after the?
From a certain family. We learn from the 18th chapter of Numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, from the 18th chapter of Numbers.
So look that up yourselves, brothers. All right.
From the 18th chapter of Numbers, that the Jewish high priesthood was hereditary in that of Aaron. And the Lord said unto Aaron, thou and thy sons and thy father's house with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, and thou and thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood. And hence it followed that the seed of Aaron by prescription sacrificed and made atonement for the sins of the people and of the Levites. The priests of Huitziloputli Like the
That's
Levites,
the priesthood of the so-called Mexicans, tribe of Issachar.
Yeah. Like the Levites succeeded also to their office by belonging to a certain tribe. As Herrera remarks in the following passage of the 15th chapter of the second book of his third decade, it says, the priests of Vitzli Pusli were entitled to succeed to their office by being born of families resident in certain suburbs of the city, specially marked out for the purpose.
So the tribe of Issachar had their own priesthood. You had a certain bloodline, a special family that was set up to do this, man.
Just like Aaron.
They had to do the sacrifices and to take care of their temples and all that stuff. All right, go ahead.
Herrera thus describes the duties and the dignity of the office of Topilsin, Historia de las Indias Occidentales, this deck 3, book 2. It says chapter 16. The dignity of officiating as sacrificer was supreme and held in great estimation, and hereditary in the manner of feudal title. And he who opened the breast of the victim was reverenced as the high priest, and his title was Papa. It says, and Topilsin. His dress was as scarlet vest resembling a robe with open sleeves, to which were fastened fringes as a border. That's the law.
That's the law.
That's the law.
That's the law, man. So they kept the law.
That's right.
All right. So the next one is down the same 22nd chapter, Deuteronomy. Oh, what's it? And pursuing a few verses lower. Find that. What time we got? There you go. Pull that up. So we jumping, this thing is few things we want to point out to the audience, man. Go ahead.
It says, in pursuing a few verses lower.
Right here. 20. Yeah. Back. Oh, no.
Okay. And pursuing a few verses lower.
I blow that up, right?
Okay, and pursuing a few verses lower, down the same 22nd chapter of Deuteronomy, we come to another precept which we find from the indubitable testimony of their own paintings that the Mexicans followed more scrupulously than the Jews of the Middle Ages, who were laughed or persecuted out of some of their prejudices by Christians. Thou shalt make 3 fringes upon the 4 quarters of thy vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself. It is not of any signification whether all the Mexican dresses were ornamented with fringes.
Right. Somebody got the law on the fringes?
Yeah, searching for it. I cannot.
Type in your phone, fringes. 2 letters.
I'm gonna get it right now.
Type in the fringes. Go ahead, that bad boy.
Numbers 15, verse 37. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel.
Children of Israel were only ones that were ordained to keep that type of custom. Yeah. So the Mexicans are the children of Israel from the tribe of Issachar. Go ahead.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
Right.
And that they put upon the fringes of borders a ribbon of blue.
Right. That is the covenant and the laws. Go ahead.
And it shall come.
That's it. On that. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, it says, thou shalt make 3 fringes upon 4 quarters of thy vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself. It is not of any signification whether all the Mexican dresses were ornamented with fringes, provided
ornamented with what?
With fringes. Provided proof may be found in the Mexican paintings that this custom, if not universal, was general. So they all did.
Right.
They all kept.
Right.
It says, and sacred and ritual, if not profane and vulgar, from the phrase the 4 quarters of thy vesture, which could not apply to the girdle or maxtle which the Jews wore round their loins. It may be inferred that the square vest or mantle which covered their body is understood, and that this was precisely the part of their dress to which the Mexican fastened fringes.
Right.
Hey, so it's telling you that the Vatican got pictures of all this, man. They got images of these things. You know?
The Edomites, the pinche gringo, okay?
Yeah, hiding that shit.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, further arguments may appear unnecessary to establish the fact that in military matters, as well as in their civil institutions, the Mexicans resemble the Jews.
Who are us? The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians, man. Not them gutter rats, okay?
But another analogy may still be pointed out in reference to it being customary with the kings of both nations to entrust to a subject the supreme command of the army. Since the title of Tlacatecatl in the Mexican army seems to have been equivalent to that which Joab and Abner possessed.
Yeah, the captain.
Under Saul and David in the army of the Jews.
Yeah. What time we got? What time is it?
Still got 20 minutes.
Okay, 20 more minutes. All right, so next one.
I still got the one that I'm holding both one.
Probably gonna have to do that next go round, brother. So the extreme.
14, yeah, next one. 16.
A lot of information, man.
Yeah, you can't get this in one minute.
Hell nah.
Never, bro.
What is the first word on it?
It's extreme.
It's a lot of
Pertinacious.
Yeah.
right here.
You must be feeling groovy over there, huh?
Say groovy.
So that's probably the second. Oh, you finished. That's the second part. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
the second part. Yeah.
Precept,
Go ahead, brother.
chapter 3, verse 5. It says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Hold on. They back on us?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So they're talking about the fringes. So these are the fringes, man. Y'all brothers hold up your fringes, all right?
Yeah.
These are the fringes, okay?
Where your fringes?
Where your fringes at, son? Where your fringes at? All right? So that's how the priesthood of the tribe of Issachar, everybody kept accustomed to these garments and their fringes, all right?
The Heavenly Father is dope, man. Hey, Yahawashi dope, man. Hey, Nation Israel's dope. Ain't gonna get doper. It says Numbers chapter 3, verse 5. It says, and the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, bring the tribe of Levi near and present them before Aaron the priest, that they may minister unto him. And they shall keep his charge and the charge of the whole congregation before the tabernacle of the congregation, and to do the service of the tabernacle. And they shall keep all the instruments of the tabernacle of the congregation and the charge of the children of Israel, and do the service of the tabernacle. You know, because that. Go ahead, bro.
No,
yeah, because you know the Levites were in charge of performing the services and all the rituals in the tabernacle, man. You know, that's the point.
That's what the tribe of Issachar was doing on this
the
side,
word that
Right.
showing that they was of the nation of Israel.
Yeah.
Jeroboam got rid of the Levites.
All right, there it is. Let me make sure I'm still.
So we got a black screen.
Yeah, hold on, bro. Give me a second.
Black Mary.
Okay.
All right, cool. Continuing it. Go ahead.
Is it back?
It's still black. Oh, it's back.
Back. Okay.
All right.
So it says the extreme pertinacity which the Indians, both of Peru and Mexico, displayed in adhering to their old religion, frequently laying down their lives in its defense.
That's part of the law of greater. Why you go with Yahawashi?
15 and 13.
Yeah, get that real quick.
What is it?
Ain't no greater love than a man lay down his life for his friends.
Yeah.
Right?
Got it?
Yep. John 15 and 12. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says frequently laying down their lives in his defense. and affirming when reasoned with upon the subject that if Christianity was good for the Castilians, their own religion was no less so for them, is a convincing proof that the signs and wonders which the Mexicans believed that Huitzilopochtli had wrought in their favor, is that right? Wrought in their favor, to which the hand and stretched out arm so often occurring in the Mexican paintings probably alludes. And the oracles of Pachacama, reserved in Peru, maintained the greatest ascendancy over their minds, and in this obstinacy, in blindly persisting in a persuasion which Christians told them was false, it must be confessed that the Indians closely resembled the Jews.
Look another one. Closely remember the Jews. So we want to find that. We have to break this thing up. Should be on page 116.
God, I've seen that shit.
Lock your brothers. We're trying to find this thing real quick.
Okay,
Yeah,
closely related or resemble the Jews. The second reason for believing that Judaism was the religion of the Indians is that they used circumcision.
All right.
The third, that they expected a Messiah.
Expected a who?
A Messiah.
Yahawashi. Go ahead.
Right? The fourth, that many words incorporated in their language and connected with the celebration of their religious rites were obviously either of Hebrew or Greek derivation.
Of what? Hebrew or Greek?
Derivation.
Right. There
The
you go.
derivation is like derived
Yeah,
from.
derived
from. No, the 8.
116.
Yeah.
Right. It says, page 116.
I gotta preach.
It says, the eighth is the resemblance which many of the Indian rites and ceremonies bore to those of the Jews. The ninth is the similitude which existed between many of the Indian and many of the Hebrew moral laws. The 10th is the knowledge which the Mexican and Peruvian traditions implied that the Indians possessed of the history contained in the Pentateuch.
Yeah, that's dealing with the Tanakh.
Okay.
The first 5 books of Moses.
Right. The 11th is the Mexican tradition of the Teoaxmotli, or divine book of the Toltecas. The 12th is the Mexican history of their famous migration from Aztlan. It says the 13th is the traces of Jewish superstitions, history, traditions, laws, manners, and customs which are found in the Mexican paintings. The 14th is the frequency of sacrifices amongst the Indians and the religious consecration of the blood and
the fat of victims.
Blood and the fat of victims. The 15th is the style of architecture of their temples. The 16th is the fringes which the Mexicans wore fastened to the garments. The 17th is a simplicity,
similarity.
Oh, Slakia. The similarity in the manners and customs of Indian tribes, far removed from the central monarchies of Mexico and Peru, but still within the pale of religious proselytism. To those of the Jews, which writers who were 110 Spaniards have noticed, such as Sir William's pen, who, recognizing a probably fanciful likeness between the features of Indians and Jewish children, says, when you look upon them, you would what does it say next, bro?
Oh, say that report.
It says you would, and she froze. Okay, it says, when you look upon them, you would.
You would think yourself in the Jews' quarter at London. What happened?
Yeah,
Yeah, there'd be a continuation. There'd be a continuation from there.
Okay.
Yeah, there'd be a continuation, that's all. Bear with us 1 second, brothers.
It's too much money.
I got it, bro.
You got it now. All right. See if you can find hey, hold on, brothers, man. Hold on.
Yes, you know.
See now, we'll see if you can find them.
All right, so moving on, it says, the English in America, page 156, it says, if Sir William Penn had had an opportunity of beholding on what purple throne the sovereigns of Peru and Mexico sat, he would perhaps have exulted less at the idea of the Jews having miraculously passed from the old continent to the new.
Yeah, there's what we brought in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter.
Right.
All right.
Either by the division of the waters of the Euphrates,
Here it is.
foretold by Esdras, or of,
again.
well, I'm starting from that point. It says, if Sir William Penn had had opportunity of beholding on what purple throne the sovereigns of Peru and Mexico sat, he would perhaps have exulted less at the idea of the Jews having miraculously passed from the old continent, either by the division of the waters of the Euphrates, as foretold by Esdras,
Look at that.
or of those of old ocean itself, the only remaining obstacle that could stop the march of the chosen people of the Most High.
Bam!
Oh, man.
I'll get this one.
And the
128.
same thing that Christopher Columbus, when you watch that movie 1492, Christopher Columbus resorted back to the book of Esdras.
Yep. That's where they got the history for that movie.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
So page 128, it says, Torquemada compares Yahuwah to the god of armies or hosts, which resembles the ineffable name Yah or Yahawah.
It said Jehovah here,
It
was
said
Jehovah. It was Yahawah.
Right. For Teotl simply signifies God and is added to the proper name Yah, of which it does not form a part.
It's supposed to be Yahawah. Now going down, it says Peruvians.
Okay, skipping down, it says the Peruvians whose religion was derived.
What tribe are the Peruvians from, brothers?
Asher.
Right?
The Peruvians whose religion was derived from the same source as that of the Mexicans believed in some supreme deity.
Believed in one supreme deity.
Believed in one supreme deity, the sole creator and governor of the universe, whom they named Viracocha and Pachacamac or Pachayacacchi, which signifies the creator of heaven and earth, and called Usapu or wonderful.
Right.
Nope.
Facts. So, we started to lose our heritage, our custom from the name Yahawah and all that stuff. So we're going to the back now. Right. Oh, bam. 115. That should be in the next folder. Okay. Which is the dress and customs. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay. There it is.
All right. So it says the dress and customs of the Mexicans and their sandals resemble the what is it?
The apparel.
The apparel in the East, especially by the Jews.
He says resemble the apparel and sandals wore in the early 80s.
Kind of like cut off.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's like two parts to it.
Yeah.
So the dress, I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
The dress and the customs of the Mexicans and their sandals resemble the apparel and the sandals wore in the early ages in the East, especially by the Jews. And the serpent with which the Mexican priests ornamented their heads and persons were perhaps a fashion introduced from Egypt into the New World. All right, what time we got?
9:40.
Yeah, so hey, we gotta do a part 2 on this. You know, bring back the regular screen, brother. Bring back the regular screen. We're gonna do a part 2 on this. Go over next week or the week after. Regular screen, okay?
Yes, with respect.
So hey man, I hope you brothers are edified. So hey man, the Northern Kingdom are our people. All right. That's our people, man. The Latinos, Native Americans, single Indians, and we got more info for your ass, man. We're not done through the spirit of power, Yahawashi, Yahawashi. So hope you brothers are edified. Much love, honor, respect to all the Akim out there. The bonds, the apostles, the elders, for teaching this truth. The body Yahawashi, Yahawashi. Want to say Barak the Yahawah.
Barak the Yahawah.
Barak the Yahawashi.
Barak the Yahawashi.
Barak the Yahawah.
Barak the Yahawah.
Barak the Yahawashi.
Barak the Yahawashi.
The water.
The water.
Yahawah.
Yahawah.
Bashim.
Bashim.
Yahawashi.
Yahawashi.
What?
What?
La.
La.
Baba.
Baba.
Shalom.
Shalom.